Fozzy, how you plan on spending that day out?
With the family. I'm going to be going back to Charlotte, making sure I'm staying safe on the road, but go back to Charlotte to see my wife, 2 kids. So she's having a tough time handling the 2 youngsters by herself. Just last night, she told me about our 3-year-old son marking on the walls with a pen in the couch. So I got to go home and I guess clean the walls and the couch.
Real world problems, huh?
Exactly.
How was the first week?
First week's been great, man. First 3 days of pads have gone well. First 2 days without pads, man. I think we're getting off to a great start. Seeing the way that the team's coming together, just bouncing off of each other's energy, offense, defense, and special teams feeding off of each other. And then just the level of competition across the board, just seeing the way that we're all competing and just having fun with each other and just getting each other better. I think we're off to a great start.
Coming off of last year's disappointing season, a lot of changes were made. How do you feel about this year's team?
I think we're going to be better for sure. We're working towards being a better team. Our main focus is to win the NFC South, and so that's what we're already putting these 5 practices in place so that we can be dominant, be a factor in the NFC South, and hopefully, with everything that's gone on last year, we've learned from it, become a better team, be a more mature team, and get back to being what we're used to being in playing Carolina Panther football.
Fozzy, it says here that Jonathan's 30. How old does he seem to you?
That's a tricky question because he doesn't look 30. He doesn't play as if he's a 30-year-old, but you can tell just the amount of experience that he has. You know that he's been in the league and he knows quite a few things. And I learn from him each and every day on how to be a pro in the NFL and how to be a veteran and the type of leadership that he has in the running back room and amongst the team. Just seeing the way that he carries himself, how he handles himself in meetings, how he carries himself at practice, just the way he mentally prepares. I'm still learning from him. So he's been definitely a huge mentor in my life that has gotten me to where I am now.
If you spent every day, all day in the weight room, could you make yourself look like Steven?
Not even close. Not even close, man. That's something that God blessed him with, just a physical specimen. That's all I can say. There's nobody I feel like that I've ever seen in my life that has the type of stature, the size, the speed, the strength, the power, just the looks that he has, other than Cam as far as just being the tall, just everything. But those 2 guys, seeing them just in the backfield together, it's so cool to be able to play next to them just because they're specimen. You don't see people like that often.
Talking about Cam, Ron said that he kind of got fatigued toward the end of practice today, which is why they rested him. What have you seen out of Cam's arm strength as this week has progressed?
You would have, to me, you wouldn't have never even known that he had surgery in the offseason and that he's still going through the recovery process. So, man, he's looking accurate. He still throw the deep ball. Everything's looking good from a perspective of him throwing. Running the ball, he looks great. Everything that he's doing, he looks like himself. Like you would have never known that he was coming off a shoulder injury.
This is a variety of running backs in the backfield in that room, and obviously Jonathan brings a certain style. McCaffrey is going to be obviously a different type of style, and you yourself bring a little bit different, skill set to the table too. Do you have a sense that? I mean, how would you describe? Break it all down. I mean, what are the differences, I guess, amongst you and even Cameron Artis-Payne, that type of thing?
I think a good word maybe to describe us all as a unit would be versatility. Just seeing the way, like you said, everybody has their own strengths, and that's what we're all here for is to play to our strengths. Whenever we get into the game, it's harder for the defense to prepare for multiple people that have different types of strength. The versatility that our offense will be able to have, especially whenever we have 2 or 3 of the people on the field, it makes it harder for them to prepare. So I think the versatility that the offensive unit and the running back room has is going to be beneficial for us.
You talked about what you learned from Jonathan. You learn something new every day about being a pro. You also learn about your strengths. What are your strengths? What do you feel like you really do best that you bring to vary things up with this defense, with this running back field?
The biggest thing for me is I'm always focusing on getting better. And so I've already learned some of the ways that for instance, Christian McCaffrey runs routes. Excellent, amazing. I've already seen that first couple of days in practice. So I've already taken a couple things from him, just change the direction, man. I don't know how he does it. It's crazy, the things that he does. But just seeing some of the things that he do and hopefully try to implement that into my game just a little bit to try to help make me a better player and to help the team any way possible, as well as on special teams. I know that, that's a third of the game for us, and it's a huge emphasis. And so I always want to be able to leave my mark on the field, like I said, whether it's offensively or on special teams.
Fozzy, was there one play that you saw Christian McCaffrey make that helped you draw that conclusion?
It's been multiple. I can't pinpoint just one, but as soon as he took the field for the first time in minicamp, I knew that he was a special player, just seeing the way that he did everything. And now coming into training camp, seeing him live and in action every single day, day in and day out, man, you know that he's a special player. So I just can't wait to see on game day so that he can show everybody else what he can do.
Fozzy, Luke said the other day, kind of building off what you're talking about with Christian, that he has a more complex route tree maybe than most running backs.
Uh-huh.
How rare is it to see a guy that can line up, be a running back and line
Right.
up and have that route?
I think it's extremely rare. I feel like it's only a few backs in the league, veteran and young guys, that can run a complex route tree like the ones that Christian McCaffrey is going to be doing. So I think that adds to our versatility on offense, which is what I was speaking of earlier, is just being able to have a dynamic guy out there. It makes it harder for the defense to prepare for us in more than one way. So, but it's a select few that can run that type of route tree.